Now to the southern border, where we are seeing yet another record low in arrests of illegal immigrants. Border Patrol confirming approximately 4,600 apprehensions at the southern border for the month of July. That is roughly 1,500 fewer than June's previous record, and 0 people released back into the U.S. for the 3rd straight month. Meantime, ICE continuing its efforts to find and remove the so-called worst of the worst, cracking down on dangerous criminal illegal immigrants across the country. And News Nation's Allie Bradley was there when someone was taken into custody. Allie joins us live. Allie, describe what you saw.
Yeah, hey, Nicole, we're talking about child predators, sex offenders, human smugglers. These are all the targets of ICE right now in their current operations, trying to remove these violent criminals off of American streets and communities. And News Nation was the only one there when they arrested a convicted child sex offender here. This was a man from Mexico here on a green card, and he was taken into custody in El Paso early Friday morning. Now, Jonathan Oliveira Vega, he's a convicted child sex offender. He was found guilty of multiple crimes involving children under the age of 14, including sexual abuse, indecency with a child by contact, and aggravated sexual assault, all stemming from incidents between May and August of 2021. Now, despite the severity of these charges, he was sentenced to probation and placed on community supervision as of May of this year because of a conviction. He was taken into custody without incident while we were there. Take a listen to the ICE supervisor.
We just need to overwhelm him to not give him that option to think, to make sure we make this a successful apprehension, right? And luckily, he didn't have a chance to go into the house. A lot of vehicles, as you could tell when we pulled up, I felt like he was thinking a little bit, but then he saw 3 more vehicles pull up to the front. And so he gave up at that point, but clearly he didn't want to roll down his window. But at that point, we have the authority to extract him from the vehicle because we have the warrant in our hand and we know who he is.
Now, Nicole, this was all part of a multi-agency effort. ICE and HSI, of course, were there, but so was the DEA and the FBI in order to make sure that nothing went wrong in this apprehension. Now, this guy was just one of many nationwide who's being picked up by ICE, who, again, they say are the worst of the worst. Nicole.
All right, so Allie, you mentioned the fact that this enforcement is not isolated to 1 or 2 cities. It's happening nationwide. What more can you tell us about some of the other arrests?
Yeah, so we actually just got our hands exclusively on some details of the latest arrests from ICE, from Atlanta to Philadelphia to Dallas. Here's just a few of the individuals who they recently arrested. These guys were all arrested yesterday. They all have convictions, and some of their convictions include sex crimes against children, forcible touching, possession and conspiracy to distribute meth, and then assault and battery of an officer. And then we've also learned that in Kansas City last month, a 34-year-old named Mario Torres Lopez, he's from Mexico. He admitted to being a member of the Sureños Sur 13 gang. He has been deported from the U.S. 4 times. Now, each of these individuals that were on your screen, Nicole, they are all in ICE custody pending their time in front of a judge who will determine if they are removable. Nicole.
Right. Allie Bradley live for us there in Del Rio, Texas. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.